Let's see the structure and function of a cell. There are three common parts that exist in any cell, that is cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. Now what is cell membrane? It is the selective permeable membrane which allows certain materials to pass through them. For example, it allows essential ingredients to enter to the cell like water and oxygen. Secondly, cell membrane removes toxic substances out of the cell like carbon dioxide and waste products. The cell membrane allows good products to enter into the cell and remove waste products out of the cell. Now what is cytoplasm? Cytoplasm is the jelly-like structure and it provides shape to the cell. It means that different shapes of the cell are due to cytoplasm. All the cellular functions and cellular reactions take place here in the cytoplasm. For example, protein formation occur in the cytoplasm, respiration occur in the cytoplasm, mitosis and meiosis occur in cytoplasm. Secondly, all important organelles are present in cytoplasm like mitochondria, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, lysosome, which we will discuss later in this lecture. Now, what is nucleus? Well, nucleus contains DNA. DNA is a booklet of information. This booklet of information is the blueprint of all the functions taking place in the cell. Secondly, nucleus is the control center of a cell, or we can say that king of the cell. It controls all the activities occurring within the cell. Nucleus controls how the cell should develop, how cells should survive, grow, or how cells should reproduce, etc. Thirdly, nucleus contains nucleolus. It forms ribosomal RNA or ribosomes. The newly made ribosomes are transported out of the cell through nuclear pores to the cytoplasm where they can do their job. Now, what is this ribosomes? Well, these ribosomes are floating organelles in the cytoplasm. They make proteins needed for the cell. For example, ribosomes make protein for the growth of the cell. Ribosomes make protein for the repairing of cells. To learn more about ribosomes and protein formation, we must understand endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum are of two types, rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The main difference between them is that a rough endoplasmic reticulum contains ribosomes and smooth endoplasmic reticulum does not contain any ribosomes. It means that smooth endoplasmic reticulum does not produce any protein because it has no ribosomes, but it produces lipids or cholesterols, etc. Secondly, it also does detoxification. It means that breaking down of toxic substances within the cell. Now coming to the rough endoplasmic reticulum, we know that it contains ribosomes and ribosomes form protein. Then what is the function of rough endoplasmic reticulum? Well, it helps the ribosomes to produce proteins. Secondly, rough endoplasmic reticulum pack the enclosed proteins in vesicles. What are these vesicles now? Vesicles are the trucks within the cell, we can say. They are like trucks. Vesicles are the truck inside the cell. They transport substances within the cell from one part to another. The protein formed by the ribosomes and are packed by the rough endoplasmic reticulum and is transported by the vesicles to the Golgi bodies, also known as Golgi apparatus. Golgi is the name of the scientist who discovered it. Remember that Golgi body is the pot of the cell where things are collected, packed and exported. Golgi body receives proteins from rough endoplasmic reticulum. It modifies the protein by giving them proper shape. For example, it will add lipids or carbs to the protein and change the shape of the proteins because shape of the proteins play a pivotal role in and its function after this. Golgi body will pick the protein in vesicles. Finally, vesicles having the proteins are delivered to the targeted destination both within and outside the cell. For example, Golgi body will send proteins to the damaged part of the cell for repairing by the help of vesicles. Until now, we learned that ribosomes are formed by the nucleolus and nucleus. Ribosome synthesizes protein. Rough endoplasmic reticulum pack the protein in vesicle and transport them to Golgi body. Now, Golgi body provides specific shape and prepare the protein for a specific task. Finally, Golgi body sends it to the targeted destination to perform its function. Now, let's see what is mitochondria. Well, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, we can say. It provides energy to each and every part of the cell. Mitochondria also contain its own DNA, different from the DNA of the nucleus. In mitochondria, cellular respiration takes place. For example, glucose will combine with oxygen to release energy in the form of ATP, and carbon dioxide gas is produced as a waste product. Energy produced in the form of ATP by the mitochondria is then transported to each and every part of the cell. Now, what is lysosome? Well, it is the digestive part of the cell. It contains digestive enzymes. Here, the food is broken down. For example, like carbohydrates are converted into glucose, proteins are converted into amino acids. Finally, now let's see vacuole. Well, vacuoles are called storehouse of the cell because vacuoles store water, food, mineral salts, nutrients, waste products, etc. The size of vacuoles may vary from organisms. For example, in animal cell, there are many vacuoles but in small size, while in plant cell there is only one and larger one. To know more about plant and animal cell, we will cover that topic in the next video. Thank you.